Hi y'all plant people. So we are going on a field trip today to maybe pick out a tree. I'm not sure if I'll find anything, but I wanted to take you inside 𝗟𝗂𝗧 Gardens and get some footage of the inside right now because it's really, really magical in there. So let's go take a field trip.
When we wake, hear the birds and see the sun. Side by side our fears are done. Oh, the good times just begun. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. Before I sleep, hear the crickets, see the moon. Side by side and through. No limit to what we can do. Oh, we know what we have, let's hold on tight. Found what we're looking for in life. Call us crazy, but things are finally right. With you and I, the future is bright. You and I, we got it. We don't need no more. Even in the hard times, you and I can weather any storm.
So if you come to 𝗟𝗂𝗧 to visit, they have this cute little structure outside called the sale barn, and it's got a lot of like stuff that's not currently in season, but that they've placed on sale. So be sure to come in here and check that out. There's a few things in here right now. Look at these cute little seals. I love little seals. They're my favorite. It is probably the grossest day possible to be out tree shopping, but I'm like the only one at the garden center, so that's fun as well. They've got in a lot more perennials than they had last week, which is exciting. I'm not shopping for perennials. I have a bunch on order, obviously, but it's nice to see that they have all that stuff. They also have a ton more shrubs in. Here's some of the Pearl Glam beauty berries down here. They're of course not leafed out, that I put in my garden as a small shrub earlier this year. It's also really windy. You know what else would look great right there? A like southern type magnolia with these beautiful leaves that you can use for decoration. The only thing I don't like about magnolias is you can't really plant anything under them because the leaves will just like fall on the ground and create a huge mat, and they're really difficult to clean up. So from the south and being around those southern magnolias, that's the issue I have with them. It also, I don't know how big this one gets, but it could get way larger than I need it to, but they are pretty to look at, aren't they? Yeah, so those get 35 foot tall and 25 foot wide, so definitely too big for that space. We're gonna keep looking. There's a 𝗟𝗏𝗲 red sentinel maple right here, which actually is a really nice size already. I always like looking at the prices of these. Very expensive. Don't know if we'll go that route, but it is a beautiful specimen, so we'll see. But just look at this selection of Japanese maples here. This whole high tunnel structure is full of Japanese maples. Here's an emperor, which also would be probably a really good choice for that spot. Japanese maples are really expensive though, just in general, but this one gets 15 foot tall and wide, which is actually perfect for that location, so it might be an option to place there. So I really love birch trees as well. I think they provide a lot of interest, especially in the planting here where there's 3, but I just do not have the space to put a birch. They get really, really large and really tall and cover a lot of space. So if you need a shady tree that also provides some interest, that's nice. I just don't have the space, although I would love it. Sometimes in the summer, they will have goats out here in this little area, which is super cute. You can actually like give them a quarter and get food to feed the goats, but they're a really nice touch here. It's kind of like a petting zoo and a garden center. All right, everyone, we're back in the car. It is coming a frog strangler, as they say where I'm from. I don't know if you've ever heard that term, but it did start raining pretty bad. So I haven't found anything today that I think would work in that spot that I really like. They do have a Royal Raindrops crabapple, which I love looking at. I'm just concerned with the crabapples. I mentioned the thundercloud plum to one of the employees here who's very knowledgeable about trees, and he said they do not carry it here because it does not do very great. So that's one I'm going to strike off my list, because it's always really good to take the advice from the garden center, the people that actually know the area and how the species perform here. He did say that in the past they have gotten Sweet Carolina redbuds here, so I could potentially get one to replace the one that died. I do love them, but since I had a bad experience with it, it's one of those things that I probably will not buy again. And so I'm going to keep looking. I want a larger specimen there, but I don't want necessarily a ball and burlap tree. And so while their sale goes off tomorrow, they're still getting in stock. And so I'm going to keep looking around and see what I can find. There was a butterfly magnolia here, which was really beautiful. It has yellow blooms, which you don't see a whole lot with magnolias. But in our area where it gets late frost, it's one of the early blooming magnolias, and it could kill off the buds. So David, who was helping me out, is super knowledgeable. So if you come to Grandma's and you need help, ask to speak to David, and he will definitely guide you in the right direction. So he presented a lot of good options for me. I just didn't see anything that I was like, I fell in love with. And so we're just going to keep looking. But thank you guys for joining me on this little adventure today. I hope you enjoyed all the beautiful scenery here at Grandma's Gardens. If you're local, certainly come check it out. It's really a magical place in the spring and the fall and the summer. So I'm gonna go home and get warm because it gets colder and colder outside today. It's been raining, I'm a little wet, and it's not gonna be a day that much gardening is gonna get done. So I'm going to snuggle up with my puppies. I hope y'all have a great day, and remember, in a world full of hate, be a light. Take care, bye.